Hey guys, so today we are going to be making our own confetti eggs. We normally go and buy them at Walmart, but I thought it would be fun to make our own this year because I remember growing up, we used to always make our own. And I know when Moyo and the girls were little, we used to make our own too with them. But do you even have any memories of us ever making them? No. And the reason why we haven't done our own is just because, just as things get more convenient and more available and it's just easy to just go to the store and pick them up. But I feel like you've missed out on this whole thing. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go from start to finish and show you the whole process and everything. So we're going to start with, we have our eggs, and usually I have 24 eggs per kid, so that's what we have today. We only have 24 because Jaden's my last one, and he's going to be the only one with confetti eggs this year. So we have just the eggshell, and then I bought these galactic egg dyes. Obviously, I've never used these before, so we're gonna try these out. And in case these don't work, or I don't know, they're too complicated, I bought just the regular egg dye. And then we have our confetti. And before Walmart started selling the confetti eggs already made, you used to be able to find confetti anywhere, but I wasn't able to. I looked on Amazon and they sold like 6-ounce bags of confetti for like $15, which was way too much. So we ended up going to the bazaar, and of course they had some there, and each of these bags were like $3. So that was really good. And then we have our tissue paper, scissors, cups, and I have some glue that we're gonna use also. Okay, so to start, I'm gonna crack an egg and show y'all how we actually do them. And then I'll let you try one too. Okay, so we got our eggs. We got a little bowl here. Well, I started making these about 2 months ago, and every time I would make eggs for breakfast, I would just do them this way so I could use them for our confetti eggs. So the narrow part of the egg is the one we crack open, and usually I just crack it against the corner of the countertop. So we're going to use the table here. Okay, so we're going to use the edge of the table here and just gently crack an opening. Okay. So this is what it looks like, just like that. Okay, and so next we're just going to start peeling away at the egg and just leave an opening big enough to where we can pour the yolk out and use it for breakfast without it cracking. So start peeling it kind of like in a circle. And the trick is, don't get any eggshells in there. And it's a little bit messy. Okay, and when you have a big enough opening, I'm not going to be able to show you without spilling it. But once you have a big enough opening, you basically just, well, this would be the frying pan, but just like that. That's probably a little bit too small. Go ahead. There it goes.
See, I got it.
It cracked. Yours cracked. So there you go. Just rinse them out and let them dry, and they're ready. Okay, so we're gonna start with the galactic eggs.
Cut off a corner of each of the liquid dye pouches. Alright, then you're gonna put the egg in the small bag.
Okay.
When you add 1 to 2 drops of blue dye, then you rub the egg.
1 to 2 drops of blue dye. Okay. You rub it?
Yeah.
Okay, now
Add 1 to 2 drops of green dye, then rub the egg. Do it with the red dye.
and that's it.
Yeah. Put it on each other like that. Cover all the nonsense.
Okay. So that look good? Ooh, it actually looks really pretty. Here's our first egg. Okay, and then we're just gonna place them in here to dry. Okay, so I guess we're gonna repeat and try to do as many eggs as we can with just these little packs. Okay, and there's actually 2 bags, so you can do one and I'll do another. Here. And put the egg face down because you don't want to start getting oh, yours has a lot of liquid, but it looks cool like that. Let's show it. These are looking really neat, I think. So we used to always do this growing up, and we used to even use crayons when we were out of the little liquid dye. We would use crayons and just start coloring them. Oh, I have a question. I have a question for you guys. I'm pretty sure confetti eggs is a Mexican thing, because growing up in school, I would always tell, like the kids about confetti eggs. And even as an adult, like at work, we tell them, like what we do for Easter, and we mention confetti eggs. And unless they were Mexican, I'd always get the, what? What is that? So I'm guessing it's a Mexican thing. So if you don't know, what we do with these, it's pretty much the last activity that we do for Easter. And it's basically a game for all the little kids. You go around and you just crack them on everybody's head, and you try to get away from the person. So it's kind of like a tag, wouldn't you say?
Sure.
Or how would you explain it?
Well, what I do, I don't like play tag with it. I just kind of go up to random people and just crack on their head. They don't usually try to run away. It's not really like that.
Well, I think because all the little kids like the confetti in their hair, and so they're all putting their head so that they could get an egg cracked on them. But for us adults, or for the women especially, we hate it because it's so hard to get out of your hair. and you have confetti in your hair for like at least a couple of days. It's so hard to get out. Especially the glitter confetti type, that sucks. We try to stay away from that, but sometimes that's the only kind there is. And so anyways, my question was actually, I know these dye kits, these egg dye kits, aren't actually made for the confetti eggs. I think people boil or just use them for hard-boiled eggs, right? What do you do with those boiled eggs? Is that what you use to hide? Are those the eggs that they hide, or do they eat them? Or what do you do with so many hard-boiled colored eggs?
Green eggs and ham.
But this isn't like edible dye, I don't think. So I don't think you would eat them, right? It is what?
Edible dye.
It says it's edible dye?
Food safe dyes.
Oh. Oh, food safe dyes. Oh. Okay. I didn't know that. So does everybody just eat a hard-boiled egg? I don't know.
In confetti eggs, there are two ways you could crack it on people's head. You could crack it above their head, or just absolutely smash it on them, which is what I do.
With the little kids, we always like crack them in our hands and then like rub all the confetti in their hair
But it gets hotter?
Because sometimes these things hurt. And we've had little kids crying, so we started telling all the kids, don't actually like smash them on their head, just like crack it first and then rub it in, because we do have some little ones that will cry. But it does hurt, because I think Jaden just cracks it on my head, and it does hurt.
Me and what we go out on an all-out war. It's a war between us.
I hope this dye comes off easily, because look at my fingers. How do yours look? I hope we don't have like dyed fingers for like a week. This is actually pretty fun. What do you think? I've never done this before. If you have the chance, the time to do this on your own, if you're able to, I would recommend doing this.
It's an experience. Make some memories.
Yeah, it's fun, and the little ones would enjoy it. Even Jaden's enjoying it. It's kind of cool. And like I said, I used to always do this, but just when things get convenient, you just seem to opt for that, and kind of missing out.
Oh my god! Look at that.
Okay, I think they look pretty good. These are our galactic eggs.
They look like bowling balls.
They look cool. I like it. They look really cool. I like it. Okay, we're gonna try just the regular dye that it came with. It says, add the tablet in. Add a tablespoon vinegar and let it dissolve. We have red, blue, green. Okay, it says let it dissolve. You can hear it fizzing, so we're just waiting for them to dissolve. So Jaden, what's your favorite thing about Easter?
Looking for it.
It's pretty much a game between y'all two. And then the little kids always try to get y'all, because y'all are the bigger ones. And I always try to stay as confetti free, keep my hair as confetti free as possible. But every year at the very end, when I let my guard down, is usually when someone gets me. And usually it's you or Jorge. So the tablets have dissolved, and it says add half a cup of room temperature water. So one, and just kind of dip it in there. Just hold it for a little while, and we'll see. You're probably not gonna be. Oh, look. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. Let's show our eggs. Yeah, I think the extra time did help. So here's the red one.
This is the green one.
And the blue one. I think they turned out pretty good. And by the way, I put down this just plastic table cover just for easy cleanup. So that's a tip for you. We're gonna go ahead and open this because let's be honest, if I try to save it for next year, it's gonna get lost somewhere. So we're gonna go ahead and do this one and mix in some different colors, maybe the yellow, the orange, and the pink, since we already have the blue and the green. Look at that, it's like already. We have 3 more. These are the last 3. That looks fun. I'm putting stars on my little ugly one.
Dude, you know what would be cool? You know what would be cool?
What?
Putting stars on the ones that look like space.
Okay, these are our last 3 eggs. This is the pink, the orange,
And the yellow.
and here's just our solid colored eggs. And the blue one with the alien face or
Whatever that is.
whatever that is. Okay. So we're gonna clean up, and then we're gonna start with the confetti, putting the confetti in the eggs. Okay, so we're gonna give these a little time to dry, and while we do that, Jaden, you want to tell them what you're gonna do?
I'm gonna shave this big old mop off my head off. I'm gonna get like a 10 all over and then a high fade. Cause I need to reset my hair because it's kind of weird and uneven right now. So, yeah. It's gonna be super short compared to this, but gotta do what you gotta do.
That's what he wants to do, so I'm gonna take him to get a haircut, and I guess y'all get to see what the end result will be. Okay, we're back. All our eggs are dry. Jaden got his hair cut.
I got the haircut. It wasn't exactly what I asked for, but better than it.
It's a lot better. I like it.
It's better than how it was before.
Yeah, he needed a haircut bad. But we're going to let it grow out, and in about a month, we're going to just cut it all even.
We're going to cut it to like an A all around, and then I'll just go to the barbershop and get it faded.
Yeah. So, okay, so let's continue with our eggs. So like I said, I got 2 bags of confetti, but really I think 1 bag is gonna be more than enough. I just wanted to make sure that we had enough. So what you're gonna do is just grab your confetti, put it in there. You don't want to fill it up. You want to maybe go like halfway with it. So just about like half of it. But I'm gonna pour some on the plate. That way all the extra can just fall back right back in on the plate. Okay, and while Jaden does that, I'm gonna cut out little squares, just enough to cover each of these holes. So probably about 1.5 inches squares. I got some tissue paper here. Here's what our eggs are looking like. And we got our glue. And what I'm gonna start doing is basically,
More and more every time.
I know you're like really filling them up. Basically just put some glue all around that opening. Like that. And then just grab your little square, cover it, and press it down on all the sides. Just like that. We really didn't even use that much out of 1 bag, so it's a lot of confetti. But I'm gonna try to save it for next year. I just need to remember where I put it. Because I think we should do this every year, or at least until Jaden wants to keep doing this, because he is 13. He's the last one. Are you gonna do this next year?
I'm 14.
Y'all heard him. He said yes. Okay, so we're done. We got all the confetti and the eggs. We got them all covered. That's what they're looking like. Once they dry, we'll flip them over so you can just see the pretty side. But we're gonna let them dry first so they don't get stuck in the corners. Okay, so here's our eggs completely done. I think they turned out really good.
These look like bowling balls.
Like we said, if you have the time, if you're able to, I recommend doing these, making these homemade. It's a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun for the little ones. I wish I would have kept doing these throughout all the years, but I know life gets busy. We're already having to do a million things, but if you're able to, go ahead and just make them yourself. And I guess that's it for this video.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye. I got you. Let's put them away now. No. We're putting them away. They're for Easter.